Fracture Sounds just released their soft string soloist, but they previewed it sort of with this free blueprint library. Today, we're going to talk about the actual soft string soloist. So this is 3 players. You've got violin, cello, and viola. They've taken the concept of what they started with the brass band soloists, the legato and that kind of thing. And I'm using Contact 8. I started using Contact 8 here. I've noticed some slight improvements with there's some CPU stuff going on. You know, all I can say is with what Fracture Sounds is doing, it can only get better. It's only gonna get better. 3 NKIs, but let's go backwards. Let's start with the cello. This is just the legato. You play soft, it'll do that portamento. So it's like the dynamic layer is between MP and P. So that is a nice little bit. Yeah, Mark, yeah, the vibrato is baked in, but it's very subtle. It's not, they keep talking about the Scandi style. And they've got this latency slider, and I've got the latency slider set at 200 milliseconds. It kind of looks ahead, and I don't know how it looks ahead when you're playing live, but but the latency kind of allows it to kind of sense what it's doing and picks the right part of the sample, the right part of the legato to connect. Yeah, that's my attempt at that, Simon. It's very delicate and very subtle with the vibrato. And let's see. And then we've got, you've got a classic mode that we can adjust the speed. Yeah, it's just a very nice. Yeah, listen to that. Just very nice. Let's go back to the smart mode. And then sustains, of course, we can play chords. The legato's monophonic. Dan King did his walkthrough on the soft strings trio, it was like he was talking about when you're playing, like right here, it's one cellist and then two cellists, three. So when it helps me to kind of say, okay, so every note that you play additionally, you're adding another player in the mix. So it's thinking about that. So we've got a trio. So I just have to remember to stick the three sometimes. Wow. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah. Yeah, that you could assign a finger to a player. That would be interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and the harmonics? You know what, cover? What I would say is you would have to get used to it. And like what Steph said, this is you have to kind of put your mind in a very different space, a very slow space. You have to kind of do the latency compensation up here. And if you're composing, then you would have to, do the shift. Okay, the track timing. Okay, David, you're going to have to explain that acronym. So, okay, so right away, I'm going to have to do this. Well, Nigel, stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. Ah, okay. Thank you, Steph. So let's just turn the reverb on. And I love that Fracture Sounds has included the shimmer verb, and let's turn that on. And then you know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to go ahead and put Black Hole Immersive in here. We've got to do it. We've got to do it. Okay, so now, okay, don't crash on me, please. Thank you. Thank you for not crashing. And of course, I leave it on the default setting most of the time, but most of the time that's usually what kind of works. It sounds flute, almost like a flute. Oh, that's amazing. That's pretty cool. So we've got the shimmer verb and soft string soloist paired with black hole, and that's incredible. Yeah, it is, Mark. It's very breathy. Okay, so let's go back and let's come back out of the black hole here for just a second. And then let's go back to just the hall. And then we've got slow sustains. Okay, let's just do one note at a time. And this is kind of like it's a slow attack sustain. You can hear the rebowing. And then we've got the short gesture. It's not supposed to be like a staccato type of thing. It's like just a very yeah, and that's what I Angus that is working with spit with fracture sounds. Whoops. That's what they kind of said that they sampled so much while they were there that they were just kind of picking and trying to make the best of what they had, and so some of it wound up in the blueprint, and then I think some of them are going to kind of find their way maybe into an update. I think they were actually talking about doing an ensemble update for this, so that'll be interesting. Then we've got a long gesture. So we've got a short one that's more like like an eighth note. This is more like a quarter note gesture. And then swell. So it kind of goes up and down. Yeah, I just hope they keep the gestures in a positive positive way. So these kind of things give you like a natural flow of what they're playing, what the player's actually doing. And then we've got long swells. I tell you what, guys, you just got to stay tuned. You got to stay tuned. You're kind of. Now, this is a nice long swell. Just kind of goes up, goes back down. You hear that nice bow change. Let's just throw back Black Hole back in there and listen to what it does with that. It's like magic, I tell you. This is just the cello. Just so gorgeous. Okay, so here is the solo viola. Listen to that. And you hear that pre-attack stuff, the noise of the bow hitting. You just hear it. here's some nice that resonance, that viola. And we've got the color. It's kind of like a nice EQ. And let's turn it off. I'll do even better. Let's turn it off. Okay, there is something interesting happening right there in that transition. And then what we have here, we have the perspective mics, so we can do that and go from the close mic. That F sharp seems like it's got some. And then we can go all the way out to the far mic. Oh, that's neat. And let's go to the, let's just solo the mid mic. And what we can do as well, we have this, we've got the ability to take this, and right now it's in Situ. It's where it would normally sit, I guess. But what we can do is that they've recorded all of these impulse responses to allow us to take these and place them in different places across the soundstage. So we can just push them all the way over to one side. And let's just do the sustains. Or we can push it all the way to the other side. Close front, close back. So it gives you some versatility. It gives you some versatility in where you can sustains and then the harmonics. And again, you get that nice breathy sound. Let's load the violin. Then we're going to have a little bit of fun with something if it works. You know, experimentation. That's what I like, to just experiment with something, and you find out if it if it blows up on you or not. It sounds nice and fluid, and I've got that latency at 300, 200. Let's just bump it up. Yeah, that much kind of makes it. Let's put it like at 150. Okay, okay, Nigel. Thank you. Yeah, those little tunes and things just kind of help. And we've got the room on here. Okay, let's see. And let's see. Let me just turn the. Let's put it into a nice hall here. That's nice. And then let's check out the harmonics. And the color kind of helps